Hey, it's Acoustic Paint. I'm Elizabeth, and today I'm going to be going through my Inktober 2018 daily supplies. So I know that Inktober is well underway, and by the time you see this video, it probably will be well over and done with. But I just really want to go through what I use on a daily basis for this monthly art challenge and just share it with you guys. So we're going to get right into it by starting with these markers. Okay, so the markers that I'm using for the Inktober challenge are the Pentalic fine liners set. They come in a 0.05, a 0.1, a 0.3, a 0.5, and a brush nib. So let me just do some swatches and show you guys. This is the 0.5, or 0.05, sorry. I really like these markers, but I've had them for several years and they're unfortunately starting to dry out, which is kind of a bummer. They do need to be held at kind of a up angle. You don't have to draw with them straight up and down, but if you hold it at like a side angle like this, no ink comes out, which is, you know, whatever. It's not that big a deal, but just something I noticed. What in the world just happened there? Sometimes, like you saw here, it dries out in the middle of a stroke, but I kind of just take that as these markers are really old, so I'm not faulting the markers. The only marker that I don't like out of this is actually the brush nib. It's pretty apparent. Look at this brush nib. It's atrocious. Most brush nibs are big and full and really nice, and this one just isn't. And I don't know if I got a defective one or just what, but it's so bad. Like, it fills in blocks of color, but I can't get like a super fine line out of it. If I try really hard, I can, but it's a really dry marker, and the brush nib is disappointing. 4 out of these 5 markers I really like, so yeah. Next, you may recognize these pencils as the General Pencil Kimberly in 4H and 6H. It's kind of hard to see because of the shininess. I did a review on these pencils. If you're interested in checking that out, you can click the card. In that review, I said these pencils were really scratchy and that I wasn't a huge fan of them, but having used them for several months since then, I've actually really started to like these pencils because they work. I mean, they're pencils, they work really well. They're long, which I like because most of my pencils are really short and stubby, so that could just be I like them because they're new pencils. I really like the detailing, like the gold lettering and the gold end cap. I like that attention to detail. They're not super expensive. I think at Hobby Lobby they're like $2 for 2 pencils, and on Amazon and eBay you can get them even cheaper. So they're really great for that. And I've just been using them to sketch every day, kind of interchangeably, because 6H and 4H are so close together that it's just, I grab whichever one is closest and use that, and I haven't really noticed a difference, but I'm really enjoying these pencils. So now we're going to be talking about the Sakura Jelly Roll white gel pens, and I can't say I'm overly positive about these pens. I use them almost every day, and every day it reinforces how much I dislike these pens. They're not opaque, they're not pigmented, they're scratchy, and they just don't come out well. But I mean, I can show you. So this is the 10. I have the 3-pack, a 10, an 8, and a 5. So this is the 10. And they're just hardly opaque over the black fine liners that I use. And it's frustrating because I have to go over the same line over and over again. Because, like, see, the 0.5 hardly, not 0.5, the 0.5 hardly shows up. So the first one is the 10, which is the best out of the 3 markers, but it's also has the thickest point, which is a little frustrating when I want to get really fine detail. The second one is the 08, which I hardly ever use. I really only use the biggest nib and the smallest nib and kind of ignore the medium nib. And then the last one, you can hardly see. It's not even picking up on camera. the 05. I can't handle these markers, or these gel pens. They aren't pigmented and I don't like them. I don't know why I keep using them. I want to use them up before I buy some new ones. But if you have any white gel pen suggestions, leave them in the comment section down below, because I'm really looking for some gel pens that are super opaque, and these just don't fit the bill for me. And last, but certainly not least, I'll be discussing the 2 erasers that I've used on a daily basis for this Inktober challenge. You may recognize these erasers from my comparing erasers video. Again, click the card if you want to check that video out. Here on the right, we have the Prismacolor Magic Rub Eraser, which is really good for erasing large areas of pencil that you can really get in there and don't have to worry about tearing the paper or breaking the eraser. And this one is the Faber-Castell Kneaded Eraser. It's nice. It's honestly the only kneaded eraser I've ever used, but I've heard reviews saying that it's not great. It works for me. I use it to pick up light details or just erase very lightly. It doesn't erase completely, but it does what I need it to do, and so I like it a lot. This was my Inktober daily supplies kind of show and tell. I had fun filming this video. If you enjoyed this video, be sure to let me know by giving this video a thumbs up. Click the subscribe button so you don't miss any future videos similar to this one. Comment down below if you are participating in Inktober or you did participate in Inktober. Hit that notification bell so you're alerted every time we post a new video, and that's all I've got. Thank you so much for watching and have a fabulous day. Bye!